Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lexi, and today we're covering another controversial topic, and that's the Chanel price increase. But before we get started, I'm Lexi. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I put out videos on a weekly basis. There's not really a rhyme or reason. It's quarantine. Give me a break. But if you're interested in luxury fashion, I'd love for you to join my family. Head down there, subscribe, hit the bell, do all those cool things, and join my little family. We're happy to have you. But today, we're talking about Chanel and the price increase that is shocking the world. So last week I put out a video about Louis Vuitton's price increase, which really, inspired a lot of very passionate comments, which I've enjoyed reading. They're mostly on the side of being upset about the price increase. There were some people saying that they thought it was just normal business as usual for Louis Vuitton. I'm not really sure if I agree with that because it is their second price increase this year, but I'm happy to read those comments. I'm appreciative that you're taking the time to watch my video and leave your opinions, so don't stop. This is a very open and unbiased channel. Feel free to leave your comments and I'm more than happy to read them. But if that video, if you found yourself being a little upset that Louis Vuitton raised their prices, which on average was about 4% of a price increase, well, hate to break it to you, but this video is going to piss you off even more because the Chanel price increase, the one that's like heard around the luxury world, is crazy. It is insane, truly. And what's interesting? We're going to go over some of the prices, but it's only hit in Europe so far. It's said to be coming to the US on the 25th, so a couple weeks from now. Who really knows until it hits? But in Europe, if that's indicative of what's going to happen here, whew, there's a lot of people like impulse buying because they're afraid of the price increase, so they're really like snagging up those classics. And to be honest, I'm one of them. And the bag I'm talking about is the Chanel Small Classic Flap in black caviar leather with gold hardware. I mean, I've had my eye on this bag for quite a while, but I thought I had all the time in the world, but apparently I don't. And let's just talk about this. So, Chanel's small flap bag was €4,550 before the price increase. After a nearly 21% increase, that bag is now €5,500. What? Okay, let's do the math in US dollars because this should be good. So, let's say this bag I purchased, I'm gonna drop it, new from the boutique at Neiman Marcus through my sales associate there. And, it was pretty penny, truly. But this bag was $5,200 US. That's before tax. Now, say we go by the price increase that Europe is seeing, which it's not verified in the US, but say it does see a 20.8% increase. Okay, let's do the math there. 0.208. That's $1,081.60 of an increase. So, add $5,200 to that, $6,281.60 pre-tax. So, if you live in New York City like I do, we'll multiply that by the New York City tax, which is 8.875%. Add $557 to that. Why am I paying $7,000 for a small flap? Holy balls, that's crazy. Okay, this might be controversial, and I love Chanel. Do not get me wrong. I'm all about Chanel. But I would rather buy a Birkin. If I'm not going to spend $7,000 on this small classic flap when I could get a Birkin for just a little bit more money. I can't. But I did, you know, who knows what will happen on the 25th, but I'm sure we'll see at least some sort of increase. So I did get my hands on it before the increase. Granted, $5,200 is an insane amount of money, but $7,000 is considerably more, so I don't regret that. But what's interesting here is that Chanel put out a statement, and I think I read this on Purse Blog. I could be wrong, so don't hold me to that. But they said that they needed to raise the prices, and those prices were indicative of the cost of the materials they were using rising due to COVID. I'm calling bullshit here, because if you look at this price list increase in euros, which I can insert a picture for reference here, but it's not standard. So like, for example, the classic mini square flap, so just, you know, traditional square mini, went up by 25%. Okay. The small flap went up by 20.8%. Wouldn't you think that if the cost of the materials went up, the small flap, being that it would use the same amount of materials, would go up by the same amount? So, you know, that's interesting. And then you go up to the jumbo, that only increased by 15.7%. Maxi 14.5%. So there doesn't really seem to be any sort of consistency here. It, to me, looks like they're increasing based on popularity. So I can understand that if the price of materials went up due to COVID, they need to increase their prices, especially since they haven't had online shopping open like Louis Vuitton. So honestly, I could understand Chanel raising their prices. Sure. But to say that it's because of that and then raise prices on more popular bags by more and raise prices by less popular bags by not as much, it just, I don't know, it's a little shady. Now, will I stop buying Chanel? Probably not. I'm being super honest with you. I love Chanel, and I haven't seen the same decrease in quality that I've seen with Louis Vuitton. For example, when this small flap came, it was wrapped pristine. It was wrapped in a pristine way. It looked brand new, everything. I like examined it with a fine tooth comb because I'm not about to get stuck with a $5,200 bag and no way to like get my money back before the price increase. But it is just absolutely perfect. And you know, if you don't know small flap, it probably has like the same capacity as a rectangular mini. But it does have that double flap, which allows it to keep its shape longer and keeps it more structured. And then the inside's just burgundy. I have it stuffed right now. It has the back Mademoiselle pocket. And it's a classic, truly. It still has the plastic on it. It's going to come off eventually, but, you know, we like to keep it on for as long as we can. But I can see myself using this forever and like passing it down. And I hope to do that, but knowing me and my fickle ways, I'll probably end up selling it. But I really don't think I will. Like this, the reason I sold my medium flap, and if you didn't know that, I did used to have the same bag in a medium large. I didn't like the shape on my body. Like I like smaller, less rectangular looking bags. I'm not really sure why, but I just think they complement my frame better. So I'm very happy that I got my hands on this. She's a stunner, truly. But the increase, okay, here's my thing. We're all over the place in this video because, you know, it's just, I have a lot of thoughts. So if it's true that they're raising prices due to the cost of materials also being increased in price, does that mean that when the economy stabilizes and things go back to normal that they're going to decrease their prices? I highly doubt that. So now we're going from like a usual like 5% or whatever it may be price increase on an annual basis or semi-annual, whatever it may be, to a 17 to 25% increase in like before stores are even open. It's a headache trying to buy right now because especially in the US, a lot of stores, all like Chanel boutique owned stores, so like the ones that are owned by Chanel inside of Saks and where they don't actually own the inventory, like Neiman Marcus is open because, at least to my understanding, they own their inventory so they can operate business as usual, or business is the new usual. So, you know, on the, like you're ordering through your SA and they're shipping it to you without contact. So contactless ordering. But Saks or like the Chanel boutiques in New York, they can't do that because they're not open. So when they do open, they're going to have these increased prices. So a lot of people are even having, like, they're having a hard time even getting these items pre-price increase. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what actually happens on the 25th, because I've read some theories that they're really only raising them in Europe to kind of be more consistent with the prices in the US since our prices are higher. But then Chanel, at least I read that Chanel said, who knows, hearsay is that Chanel said they raised their prices to combat the increased cost of materials. So who knows? No one knows what's going to happen, but I bought out of fear. And honestly, you know what's, this will be cool if my $52 investment in the matter of like 2 weeks increases to $7,000 or whatever it may be. It's a pretty good return on investment if I were to sell this one day. So there is that. I don't know. I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say because I think it's a very polarizing issue. People feel different ways about it. And there's someone who said, you know, if you don't have the money, don't buy the bag. I agree with that. If you do not have the money, don't buy the bag. Don't put yourself in that kind of a situation, for sure. But it's just hard to pay Birkin prices for a Chanel, and it's hard to pay increased prices for Louis Vuitton, like it feels like quarterly now, for pieces that aren't even quality. Like some of the things they were sending me truly looked fake because they were so poorly made. And I'm not going to pay a premium for that kind of quality. When you're paying luxury prices, you expect high quality items packed nicely. You expect to be treated well and everything that comes along with that. So I don't think this has anything to do with if you can afford it or not, like the fact that I have strong opinions about this. It's more so, it's a shock. It's a shock to our system when we're already, you know, having trouble adjusting to this uncertainty and the craziness that's ensuing around us. So if you have negative comments like that, refrain, please. But I would love to hear your opinions. Do you think that the Chanel price increase is truly to combat these increased in material usage prices, or do you think there's another reason? Because, you know, I'm just stating facts here. Wouldn't you assume if the material, like the use of leather, whatever, increased, that there would be a consistent price increase instead of being 17 to 25%? Like, what causes an item to be 17% increased as opposed to another item using very similar, if not the same materials, being increased by 25%? I'm just saying, let's call a spade a spade. But if you guys enjoyed this video, and you know, even if you didn't, and you want to give me another chance, feel free to just head down there and subscribe, hit the bell, join my family. I like to think I'm at least mildly entertaining. If not, don't tell me. Let me live in this like little bubble that I have. But I'm gonna link my video, my last video, which was the Louis Vuitton price increase, and a little unboxing right here. So if you're interested in that, head on over. But it's been a pleasure hanging out with you today. And I love you guys so much.